Yo, my people, welcome back to the channel. And as you can see in the title of the video, we are doing our top 10 African players of all time. Of course, we know AFCON is around the corner. And I thought, you know what? We need to do something special. Okay. It's a special tournament. We're going to do something special. So we're going to rank our top 10. I know you like to do that for those who, remember. You like to go way back.
I'll try to keep it a little bit.
I don't know how far back you're trying to go. I don't know how far back you're trying to go.
We'll see.
When did AFCON even start? When was the first ever AFCON?
I can't like that one. You're going to bag me already, bro. Because AFCON, I was not watching it until... Like, I didn't know about AFCON previously until I started watching it myself, innit?
Oh, okay. Well, I'll do a little fact check here.
Yeah. I've been watching since like the 1982 one that we won. That one. Yeah. That one was cold, though. I can't lie. That's what got me into it.
Bro, I don't even know where that was. I don't know who won that one.
Bro, Abedi Pele was crazy.
Abedi Pele.
For those of us who remember that one. 1982. So prior to that, I don't really know too tough about international stuff.
I hear it. You've got.
I'm a club guy.
Like, I hear it. I respect it as well. So listen, we're gonna go straight into it. We're gonna start off with number 10.
Okay.
Who did you have at number 10?
I have gone with, obviously, being from GH, I had to get a cheeky bit of Ghana in there. I've gone Michael Essien.
Michael Essien. Okay.
I felt as though, obviously, there's a few Ghanaians that I was thinking of. If it's like personal favourites and that, I used to love Kevin Prince, but obviously he's not like... If we talk about what he done for the country, Kevin Prince hasn't done that much for Ghana, whereas Essien was like an idol for so many, obviously at club level as well.
Yeah.
He won, 4 leagues, couple in France, couple in England, Champions League and whatnot. I felt like I had to get a bit of Michael Essien in there.
Yeah, I got Michael Essien, but I had him a bit higher.
You had him higher?
I had him a bit higher than you still.
Okay.
Not too high, but
Yeah.
I'll let you know obviously where I had him. But, for same reasons, bro. I think Essien is very iconic, especially for Ghana. When you think of Ghana, especially the football team, the first person that comes to your head is always Essien. You know what I mean?
You know why?
Jan and all these guys.
It's because I was also factoring in, again, like, for me, best African players, you must have, I guess, maybe won something for your country as well. There are going to be some exceptions, but he's low down because in his era, we didn't really win anything. You know what I mean? So that's why he's a bit lower in my list.
Yeah. No, you're right.
So who's your 10th guy?
My 10th is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
He was my very, very close honorable mention,
Yeah.
I nearly had him there,
I feel like he had to, man. I had to, by the way, my list is based on players that I watched. So when I'm doing my top 10, I'm doing only the African players that I have watched throughout my life. So for me, Aubameyang, I think, is very underrated.
Yeah.
I think at times even disrespected a little bit, I think in terms of goal scoring, his goal scoring record throughout any club he's been, maybe just ignore the Chelsea bit, but everywhere he's pretty much
even he will delete that from
even he will delete that, but pretty much everywhere he's gone to, bro, the guy is a guaranteed goals. Even now at his age, he's like 30, it's like mid-30s, and he's already still banging goals in the Champions League, banged against Newcastle the other week as well. So like, he's just, when it comes to goal scoring, I don't think no one ever has questions about him. I think on the international level, club level, he's always done it. Even for Gabon, such a small nation as well, he's
done for them. Like, we can't expect them to be winning AFCON.
Do you know what I mean? So I feel like he definitely deserved a mention. I think he won African Player of the Year at one point. 2015 African Player of the Year.
And he's also the first African player, or a top 5 leagues, and I don't know about guys in their garden and that, but first African player in like serious leagues to hit 400 career goals.
Oh wow!
No other, so no Eto'o, none of these guys.
I've had 400. Oh, see, so that tells you how much of a goal scorer he is.
That's what I nearly had him, but I was just thinking, like, does it sound like a bit crazy? But again, for Gabon, I think some people you have to give them exceptions.
Yeah, 100%.
So I would definitely have tried to squeeze him.
That's why I have him in 10, literally.
Yeah.
I just feel like he had
big up your team.
Yeah, big up your team. Yeah, 100%. Who do you have in 9?
My 9th, Riyad Mahrez.
You had him that low? That's crazy,
bro, My list has...
I think... to be fair, though, you're going back to...
there might be a couple players that might go
maybe I need to see your list to maybe understand your
You have to visualize it after. You have to visualize it.
Yeah, I had him quite higher, but
I think, obviously, again, first and foremost, what you did for your country... AFCON, he delivered that one. So we know about the free kick, clutch as well. Obviously at club level too, he's won, however many league titles he's won. Plus Leicester as well. Leicester's ridiculous. To be honest, the more I look at it, maybe I could have squeezed him up a little one. I can't lie. Because I didn't even factor Leicester.
That's the thing. I factored Leicester, Man City.
Leicester's crazy.
What he done for Algeria as well.
Leicester's crazy. So maybe he can squeeze up a little bit higher as well, to be fair. But again, regardless, he's in there for sure.
No, 100%.
Because contributions for country most importantly, and then for club as well. Yeah, he's done that.
But that free kick though, bro, in the last minute. Not even last minute.
Yeah,
the last
Nigerians
seconds.
hate him to this day,
Bro.
Nigerians hate him to this day.
That is unreal. That's like stuff that you dream about. Like you dream about those moments to be not doing it for your club is one thing. But then to do it for your country and then your country goes on to win the final. Yeah. Unreal, bro. Like that's something like you're basically a hero in your country forever. You're cemented, you know what I mean? So it's mad. Sure. Number 9 I had Essien. Okay. Which we kind of already touched on anyway. But I'll tell you who I had at number 8.
Okay.
JJ Okocha.
had him in, but I had him a bit higher.
Is it?
I had him a bit higher. I had him, but again, it's you know what it is. Some of these is like I guess it depends on how you factor. So you tell me what you base it, and I'll tell you why I had him.
Okay, I'm basing it on obviously because I grew up on the JJ Okocha as well, so it's that bias of obviously nostalgia as well. But
sure.
Everything I've kind of factored everything what they done for their country, how they immortalized in their country. But obviously because his career club career was. It's a streets won't forget type of career. Do you know what I mean? But when it comes to the national team, though, he's won everything he needed to win for Nigeria. Do you know what I mean? So, and he's, bro, in terms of when you talk about Joga Benito, African, that is very rare. You kind of put Joga Benito
and Africa together.
Africa together. Do you know what I mean, bro? The guy could have been Brazilian, bro. He could have been Brazilian. They had to do a 23andMe test on that guy just to see.
They're saying that he took Ronaldinho as well in PSG times. I don't know.
Some people are saying that Ronaldinho took some bits of him.
Hey, he learned from the best.
So you know, I just felt like for the nostalgia, for how good he was, for what he done for Nigeria as well. I just felt like he had to make it to my list. And he's still a legend to this day, bro. When you think of AFCON, when you think of you know, he's one of the first names that, for me, comes to my head anyway. Yeah,
I'm on the same wavelength as you. I've gone higher because, for me, it's like the overarching legacy as well is like, for so many African players or just fans or whatever, like, let's say players. He's your favorite player's favorite African player.
100%.
They will all say, JJ Okocha, to start bowing like that.
No, 100%.
He's the guy. So you have to, like, factor that in. Everyone looks at him as, like, although maybe he didn't achieve that much like club level in terms of playing, you know, at Bolton and in Turkey and like some second division Germany and whatnot. Him as a player, some people you have to just bend the rules a little bit to get them in.
100%. I'm agree with you. They were so good they had to name it twice, man.
Facts.
So who did you have at 8?
My 8th place. Do you know about Abu Trika?
Abu Trika, come on, man. Egyptian legend.
Abu Trika, couple AFCONs there.
That's the real Egyptian king. That was the Egyptian king before the Egyptian king we have now.
That's the Egyptian king that delivered for his country, is what I'm going to say. Back-to-back AFCONs.
You know when they talk about Pharaoh and that? Abu Trika's that.
He was the guy, obviously, 100 games for Egypt. And in my, like I said, okay, the growing up thing, 1982, a bit of trolling. But when I was actually like growing up watching AFCON for the first time, Eurosport times, it was just Egypt winning every single time, bro.
They're OP.
Egypt just slapping everyone's head every time, bro. We might have a chance here, Egypt win again. Egypt win again. And I had to think, you know what, okay, I got to get someone in from that era where, of course, Egypt have the most AFCONs out of everyone. So I had to get in someone. And I think a lot of Egyptians that I know say that Abu Trika is like their GOAT.
Yeah, so 100%. They definitely, even when it comes to like the Salah thing, they put obviously Abu Trika. I thought Salah delivers an AFCON for them anyway. He will always kind of be high for them. Remember Mohamed Zidane?
Of course, bro. Of course, bro. I used to buy him on career mode. I used to buy him with the skin and things. I used to buy him.
Yeah, he was cold as well. He gets an honourable mention as well.
He
gets a little cheeky.
His name was cold, didn't it?
Mohamed Zidane. That's a cold name, bro. That is cold. I don't know how that one goes together.
Without the E as well. Just little Zidane.
Little remix thing as well. But who did you have in 7?
My 7th, I've gone with Sadio Mane.
Sadio Mane, okay.
You have him in your list?
I have him on my list.
Similar kind of
level, yeah.
So for me, again, we speak about club, we speak about country. For Senegal, in this kind of era of, I'm not gonna say dominance, they haven't like dominated Africa or whatever, but nobody really rated Senegal that highly compared to this team that we're seeing right now, right? You can argue maybe like a little bit 0-2 and whatnot with the France times, but this is for me the best Senegal, and he has been the spearhead of that, alongside, you know, Koulibaly's done this thing as well, but it's Sadio Mane delivering over and over again. You mentioned Salah previously as well about delivering for country. I've seen Sadio Mane dunk on him twice in those shootouts.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, when they had the lasers in that, there was one time when Salah didn't want to take a penalty, then he tried to take one, it didn't bang. Sadio Mane scored the winner both times, and of course at club, I mean, he's won everything.
Yeah, I think he had a horror month, Salah, that month. Was it? He lost.
It was dark, bro.
It was dark, bro.
It wasn't a good month, bro.
It was a good.
Sadio Mane kept patting his head like, don't worry, bro.
I'll see you at Anfield. Don't worry, brother. I'll see you at Anfield. No, but I had Sadio Mane. But in 7th, I had Kanu.
Fairs.
I put Kanu in 7th. He's like your favorite uncle's favorite footballer.
I hear it. Very techie as well.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, even my dad, you know, like my dad and my uncles and that, they always used to rave about Kanu.
Yeah.
Like, you had Ian Wright, of course. Like, my dad's favorite footballer is like Ian Wright.
Same.
Then the next person they used to always mention was Kanu, bro. And I think the way people used to talk about Kanu, especially during his Arsenal, because I wasn't around for his Arsenal. I saw him at West Brom, of course, and then Portsmouth
and them ones.
and whatnot. And even then, you could still see that brilliance and that flashes. But he's just one of those players. And when it comes to, especially in that era, it's like he's respected.
Yeah.
If you go to the unction, they will probably see posters of Kanu everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Like, they gas him up. And of course, in terms of his ability and everything, he's been... He's unreal, bro.
Now, I didn't have him. I thought about him. It's a tough one for him because obviously his story is so great in terms of like he had the whole heart condition and stuff, and he still managed to come and ball out.
Yeah.
But for me, like, let's say, obviously he won stuff with Ajax and that, but maybe at Arsenal he wasn't really like the main guy. You know what I mean? Like his numbers weren't necessarily crazy if you're talking about on a stats thing.
But
fan
favorite though.
Yeah, as a player, no questions about Kanu whatsoever.
Yes, I thought that he just had to make my list, and obviously just out of respect for all the uncles as well.
Yeah. Big up the unks,
big up the unks and that.
If they're watching, man, leave a little like on the video, man.
I had to put them.
Ask your son how to like the video.
Hey, we'll tell you how to do it. Just you give me instructions. I'll give you instructions there.
Pause it. Look down a little bit. There's like a thumb like that, bro. Press that one.
Hey, at 6, who do you have at 6?
So that's where I had Okocha.
Oh, you had Okocha 6, and I had Sadio Mane 6, so that's kind of lines up quite well. 5th, I had Riyad Mahrez, who we've already kind of spoken about. So who did you have at 5th?
I had the absolute legend of the game, someone that you love as well. Contributed so much for his country with 2 incredible assists quite recently as well. His name is Saka-san. I'm playing. Hey, but those two assists,
honorable.
Those two assists,
those are honorable mentions. Saka-san, honorable mentions.
Were crazy.
I know I wanted to get a Somali player in here.
I tried just for you.
I wanted to, but bro, you know, I don't know if Baller League and you know,
you can't see like Cardi with that.
I don't know if I can get that in there. But shout out Saka-san.
Now my 5th was actually Abedi Pele.
Okay.
I feel like that one as well, being from Ghana and whatnot. 1982, like I said, crazy. Why are you creasing, bro? You're not gonna take this back further.
I know you could.
Don't let me start violating. Start violating, guys. Go to YouTube right now.
I've done this. I've done this list before in SDS, and I put Abedi Pele.
Yeah.
But when I spoke about Abedi Pele, I spoke from a this is what they say about him.
Yeah. But the footage is there. The footage is there. Trust me, the footage is there. And if you want to go back further, like, hey, we can start going crazy. Yeah. Obviously, big up him winning the Champions League.
Big up. Abedi Pele is a legend, bro.
Let me tell you a fun fact. Right.
Yeah.
Ghana as a national team are the only ever country to prevent Real Madrid from winning. 1962, we drew 3-3 against Real Madrid. And that's prime Real Madrid, by the way.
Wait, Ghana played against Real Madrid.
Ghana against Real Madrid,
country. I say you only do that on FIFA.
Hey, listen, don't worry about us, man. Don't worry about us. We were there, bro.
I say we only do that on FIFA. When you get club as a country.
Bro, 3-3. And that was prime Madrid. You know they won like 5 Champions League straight.
Oh, that's crazy.
Time. We packed them in, bro. For those of us who remember, that was a crazy time, bro. 3-3. That was Kwame Nkrumah. He said, you know what, listen, we're going to invite them. You know, before AFCON, we're going to play Real Madrid. So Ghana, we got some legends in there.
Yeah, bro, but you know how I know he's a very powerful man in Ghana? Because his children
are still kicking ball.
Facts. And his children are still starting in the national team. Like, his influence here.
That's actually why he's gone down a little bit.
Yeah.
because I'm not really rating that part, bro. I said, why you bringing this, bro?
brothers?
Now we don't have a choice, but he's
you know how I know you don't rate them? Why do they not have Pele as their last names?
Facts.
Why do you give them a different name? They said you can't have Pele.
Yeah, in the Pele.
You can't.
You have to like earn that one. You have to earn that one. But no, genuinely, he was obviously very cold. Like I said, he's won Champions League as well, right? So it's not as though there's some man that, of course, there are, you know, folk like legends or heroes or whatever.
Of course.
He's delivered the Champions League as well.
Yeah.
You know, in Marseille, and of course, as a footballer, he's an idol from. I mean, you don't get
the only Champions League Marseille is by the way.
Yeah, and you don't get called Pele just by chance where it sticks. You know.
Of course.
Like if you start calling yourself like Liban Pele, it might last like a day.
No, 1 day. No, I don't think 1 day, bro.
Why BG down, bro?
I think the man doesn't get
why BG down, bro. Whereas his thing. On his Wikipedia, it still says Pele, you know?
That's crazy.
That's not his name.
It's crazy. But you know, he fooled me because I genuinely thought like that was his real name.
Yeah, no.
Until I realized
Abedi, but
it's mad.
His Wikipedia now says Pele because that's how good he was and that's how much he contributed to Ghana. So I had to get him in.
No, it's a good shout. I had obviously Mahrez. You had that was your 5th, right?
Mahrez was it? No, Mahrez was 9th.
No, I said that was this.
Pele was 5th.
Okay, yeah. So I'll go on to 4.
I think everyone's top 4 should be. Oh no, it's not going to be the same actually.
I don't think it'll be the same.
I know there's going to be 3 of them. There's one guy that I've got that you won't have, and I don't have your other guy.
Okay.
I know what's going to happen.
Ooh, okay. Now I know
what's going to happen.
I've kind of realized where I think you kind of All right, cool. It's going to be interesting now. That's going to be controversial, you know. That's going to be controversial.
I'm here for controversy, man.
Nah, I hear it. I respect it. Who do you have at number 4?
Didier Drogba.
Ooh,
Didier Drogba.
Okay.
I think this is a man who I spoke about like delivering for your country, and obviously he got a lot of goals for Ivory Coast. The only maybe slight margin for error for him is like he didn't actually win AFCON for Ivory Coast. But I counteract that by saying, my man stopped the war, bro.
Yeah.
My man stopped a war by himself. I think that might supersede AFCON a little bit, you know what I mean? So that's when I say, like, AFCON is the main thing, but there are some things that can break the rules a little bit.
Like, hey,
if you stop the war, if you recover from malaria in 1 day
humanity
as well,
work,
if you can get malaria and the same day you're back playing, I think that is like an incredible achievement. And of course, at Chelsea, it doesn't need to be explained, right? Champions League,
Of course.
league titles,
FA Cup
again,
finals,
so
yeah.
many,
Yeah.
like let's say up and coming strikers from any African nation. It can be Zimbabwe, Ghana, whatever. You
Yeah.
try to be like Drogba because this guy was, 09, 10 times the most complete striker you can get.
Fake.
So people look up to Drogba as like, I want to be like him, but he can't get on my podium because, they just about won AFCON after he did. You know what I mean?
It's true. It is true. It is true. He just missed. They literally just after his window. But I actually had him quite a bit higher. I'll tell you where I had him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you're being a bit harsh to Drogba, man. I think Drogba for me is like, when you think of African players, like, he's just one of the first names that just straight away pops.
100%.
Like, I think
one of the first four names.
One of the first four names is called. One of the first four names is called. But no, I respect it. I think when he gets to now this point, like top fours, it's all subjective. Now it's all about personal preference. So I'm not gonna knock you for having him in 4 at all, because I have another Ivorian in number 4.
Okay.
And it's Yaya Toure.
Okay.
So I had Yaya Toure in 4.
Yeah. That was my third.
Oh, it was your third? Okay,
that's
sorry.
his
Yeah,
third
like
for
I said,
me, so-
it's going to be a bit, subjective. Yaya Toure, but what can you say about, man? One of the most complete midfielders we've ever seen. In this country, international level, in the Champions League, could do everything. Defensive, centre-back, attacking mid. If you wanted box to box. If you wanted him to just be in the box and scoring goals, he can also do that for you.
Yeah.
On the long range
Long
strikes,
shots, free
he could do that
kicks.
for you. And he could just dictate the game as well. He had that Patrick Vieira sense of like just dictating the midfield. On his own at times. What a player he was, bro. So
No, baller. I think you said everything. And in terms of like, let's say accolades and that, he was, unlucky initially because 06 when he was with Barca, them times he lost AFCON. Then he lost AFCON final again.
Yeah.
But in 2015, he finally won it with them. So that's why I just about had him over Drogba. I think they're both similar. Maybe you could argue people might look up more to Drogba because, again, I think when you're growing up, you kind of want to be a striker. Right?
Yeah, of course.
Yaya Toure thing, as strong as Drogba is, Yaya Toure thing, you can't really look up to that. Like,
Nah, you can't. You can't.
Obviously, you can try to play like him, but
Like,
he had every single attribute possible. Plus, he's like 6 foot whatever, so it's a bit harder. But I get what you mean. In terms of Drogba's maybe a more iconic name than Yaya Toure. But I just flipped them because Yaya won the AFCON for his nation.
His CV is more complete. As well. I get what you're saying. No, I fully agree with you. Like I said, it does get subjective at this point. Who do you have number 3?
That was my 3. Yaya Toure was.
Oh, sorry, I'm bugging.
Yeah. So we have 2 left.
So I didn't say my 3 basically, didn't it?
Who's your third?
So my third was Mo Salah.
Okay.
Yeah, so my third was Mo Salah. That's what it was.
Okay.
So Mo Salah was third for me. I'm having a feeling you don't have Mo Salah on your list.
Just explain your like.
I have a gut feeling. But we'll come back to it. But yeah, I had to put Mo Salah. When you talk about what he's done in the Premier League, incredible. Like for me, I think he's one of the greatest players to ever grace this league. I think he's up there with the Henrys, the Wayne Rooney's, the Cristiano Ronaldo. I think he's cemented that level of legacy. I think the only thing that taints him, because I've said that everybody knows how great he's been for his club in terms of for Liverpool in the Champions League, in the Premier League. But I think what taints him a little bit is the fact that obviously he hasn't won it for Egypt yet. He's had obviously a couple finals. He's missed out on both. I think both on penalties that he's missed out on. I know some people will argue, say, but if he hasn't won AFCON, he shouldn't be that high up your list. But for me, I think what he's achieved in his club career, what he's achieved in his career, I think he's very unfortunate not to have won at least one AFCON. I think obviously there's still opportunity for him right now going into this tournament where he can still win it. Not being one of the favorites, they're not going to be one of the favorites in the tournament. But if he was to get that achievement, I think there's even a chance for him to even push for 2 or 1. Yeah, so that's why I have Mo Salah. I think what he's done at club level, I don't think anyone apart from maybe another name we'll probably mention at some point can touch him when it comes to club level. In terms of the numbers, the accolades, individual, for club. So that's why I just have him. I'm a big Mo Salah fan, innit? So I just felt like I had to put him in at least in the top 3.
Well, I mean, on my list, I think I got to say, obviously, keep grinding. But the
keep
issue
grinding is crazy. Keep grinding is crazy.
Is we spoke about, like, let's say, Amenyah doing whatnot for Gabon and these guys. It's hard to do stuff with certain nations.
Yeah.
If I cast your mind back to like the same time period I was telling you about, like Egypt, right?
Yes,
in 08 and 2010 and whatever, 3P AFCON, right?
Yeah.
Then the next year, Mo Salah arrives. They never win AFCON again.
Yeah.
So it's not as though they keep on saying, oh, but it's a bad team, it's a bad this.
Yeah.
Them man were getting it done. You were gassing up Mohamed Zidane. Unfortunately, when you are the best team in Africa, right? Like, as a matter of fact, in terms of they won the most, they're the most dominant. You're not Gabon or like Seychelles or something.
You're the most successful.
You're the most successful. And unfortunately, I have to factor that in, that you haven't delivered for your country. Even when it came to, like I said, the Sadio Mane times for qualifying for tournaments and this.
And I knew that was gonna be the angle. I knew that. That's why I even I had to put a caveat on it. I was I know that it's gonna be a big stain on him. But what if he does win it? Imagine this tournament now that he's
then he can fly into my list.
Where does he fly into your list?
Ooh, we're looking at around the Drogba range, maybe.
So you say entering around, so top 4, top 3 around that region.
Yeah, like 4 or 5.
That's fair. No, that's fair, because obviously when it gets to that point, there's a lot of good.
Yeah, at that point, obviously you've done your years for Liverpool and whatnot. Like, I have to be like, okay, fair. Like you got me. You got me. If you win AFCON, you got me.
No, but I just wanted to see if you want to do the shameless thing. Be like, nah, he's just
no.
He just knocks off Essien off your list. So I'm just checking.
Kevin Prince, though.
That's what I was checking. That's what I was just checking.
Yeah.
So no, that's fair. That's fair. So who did you have in second?
So my second is someone that you would not have had, because your rules was that you're not going to go before. So I went with someone that he breaks every rule. You don't have to do anything.
Can I guess?
Of course.
Does he do a dance? Did he do it like a celebration?
No.
It's not that person.
No.
I'm just making.
It's someone else. Someone bigger than that.
Is it
Bigger than that?
that I missed out on completely?
But you weren't going to, because it's before the time of you watching.
Okay.
So you were talking about Roger Miller, innit?
Oh, I know.
Someone who transcends everything.
And he's got a son that currently plays in football right now.
Yes.
I
You don't need any AFCON for this one, because you have a
Ballon
Ballon d'Or.
Yes.
His name is George Weah, bro.
I respect
the Ballon d'Or trumps everything,
No, it does.
For Liberia as well. Come on.
So
that's why when I said, obviously AFCON for me is the most important thing, but let's also factor in this guy's the president of his country, bro.
Right, he is.
Bro, that goes beyond like one little AFCON thing, bro.
You don't argue he could be number 1 on this list.
He very well could, but I think number 1 just done way too much.
He did.
Footballistically anyway, to be there. But obviously George Weah, like we said, Ballon d'Or. Again, I'm not expecting to do anything with Liberia, because unlike, let's say,
bro, they're a
Egypt or
tiny
whatever,
country, you know.
Bro, can you name me any other, like, apart from like
No, I can't.
Any other Liberian players?
No,
bro?
I can't. I genuinely
The
can't.
only Liberia I know is the Michael Jackson song, bro. Liberia, no, that's it. I don't know any like Liberian people like that, bro. So the fact that this guy came from there and then won an AFCON, you have to say, you know,
and the Ballon d'Or,
Ballon d'Or, and obviously again he was playing for big teams, bro. Milan, one of their main guys there as well. So I think he had to be there, and he's another one that people like, let's say our parents or maybe a little bit older than that or whatever, they're like, yeah, George Weah, he was the guy. To the point where even the brothers in Europe, they're saying the same thing, like, yo, George Weah, that brother, he was crazy. So I had to get him in second, because like I said, there are some things you can do in life that just they take precedent over big respect AFCON, innit? Big respect AFCON, but
just football in general, bro. To be president of your country, it's crazy.
With a Ballon d'Or
in your cabinet, it's crazy. Yeah, that is mental.
You got your little pen there with the ink and the Ballon d'Or on the side,
bro. You know when he goes to the G20 summits?
He's
coming there. He's bringing his Ballon d'Or with him. Yeah, he's the only one that's got a Ballon d'Or on the table.
Everyone's telling you, right?
Yeah.
You want to touch the Ballon d'Or, mate?
Yo, Donald Trump, do you want to touch a Ballon d'Or? It's crazy, bro. That's mental still.
So yeah, he had to be my second one.
Oh no, fair play, bro. I had Drogba second, who we've already kind of touched on. I had Drogba at second. Again, what's not to be said about Drogba. And then in number 1, I think we can both.
For me, the most easy position. I don't think I even debated it.
Yeah, Samuel Eto'o.
100%.
Man. Talk to me about Samuel Eto'o, man.
Samuel Eto'o, this is one where quite literally every like box on a footballing perspective, you've ticked that one, right? Because when it comes to for Cameroon, this guy's won multiple AFCONs. This guy even won an Olympic gold. Olympic gold.
You know when they were in the vest. Bonus.
When they were in the vest, this guy was wearing a vest and he went to go and win Olympics. And then, of course, at club level, I mean, we all know back-to-back trebles with different teams. Even before that, if we go to even like, let's say Mallorca times and Madrid times and whatnot, the guy has been bagging goals consistently over and over and over again. Even at Chelsea, he was still doing his thing a little bit. Everton, you could argue. Hey, wasn't he the first guy to start getting bread? Anzi Mahashkala. That guy was, they used to put his like contract on Sky Sports News, bro. They were like, whilst you're watching this, Eto'o has earned XXX amount. I said, man. So I think everyone realistically, you can argue about second, third, and fourth. For me, Eto'o is like number 1. As far as African players go, by far. And I don't think anyone anytime soon is going to touch that one.
No, I agree. Because with Samuel Eto'o, of course, we're doing an African list. But Samuel Eto'o is a player that, forget even just categorize it just to Africans.
Yeah,
He gets into arguments of like the greats amongst just football in general. It doesn't matter what continent you're from. Do you know what I mean? So he's that type of player. So for me, yeah, Samuel Eto'o's a no-brainer. I don't think.
And when he bullied that fan at the World Cup as well recently, that was quite cold.
That's brownie points.
That was cold.
That's brownie points. He didn't need it to be fair.
Yeah,
because he already cemented number one.
Yeah, but just a little bonus, right?
Just get it.
Until Salah boots somebody, I don't know if you might win AFCON, but until you boot a fan randomly,
yeah, like it's it's. I think the gap between 1 and 2 is it's a bit big still. I can't lie, but I'm surprised, man, because you're a guy that says that talks about history, and I thought you might mention Roger Miller.
I had Roger Miller in my thoughts, but I'll be honest, man.
You think it's just a dancing thing?
A little bit of a World Cup merchant, man. Big up being the oldest scorer in that, but like realistically, again, like also my dad rates him and that, but like I don't ever sit and watch Roger Miller tapes and think, oh yeah, you know what, this guy is like, he's crazy. So maybe on an accolade thing, he might be up there, but if we're doing that like a World Cup thing, I'll start bringing, obviously I know the penalty, but I'll start bringing Asamoah Gyan.
Yeah, of course.
But for an African player, he has bare.
No, 100%. He gets an honourable mention, I feel like. Especially for our time. I feel like he definitely gets a Adebayo as well.
Adebayo, that's my guy,
Adebayo,
Adebayo was serious.
Bro.
But the Gyan thing, I know Hussein knows about this story. I don't know if you know. There's 2 stories.
Yeah.
There's one about the stand-up, you might have known that one. Do you know why he wears number 3?
Nah.
Let me tell you, man, why he wears number 3. They asked him, why do you wear number 3 with your striker? He said, let me give you an example. When you want to have some strength and you go to lift a heavy box, you say 1, 2, 3. That's his logic. The reason why he wears 3 is because he said 1, 2, 3, lift. And that's why you lift it. That gives him the strength. I know damn well, he just got given 3. He's like, how can I spin this, bro? How can I spin this, bro?
You know what it is, I've obviously grown up with a lot of Ghanaians. Yeah. But their thought process when it comes to decision making,
bro. That wasn't the reason at all. I'm telling you, someone just gave him 3, and later he's thinking, how can I make this look cold? And I've been given number 3. What do I do now? 1, 2, 3.
That's the way. Listen, fair play, because to be fair, he's in a position where like he could sell any story now. He could go to 100%. Ghana, any media TV, any TV station. Tell a story. It's gonna sell.
I hear it. They start giving like applause and they're like, yo, that's cold.
Because I saw the stand-up one. The stand-up one. I know we've mentioned that one before. On Barra Brothers, but that one there, I hear it. Whatever he says, they're gonna take it.
Yeah, you have to just start applauding, man. So big up this thing, man.
Yeah, but bro, appreciate you for jumping on.
Always, man.
Genuinely enjoyed that, bro.
Likewise, bro. Good list.
But yeah, man, people, hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure to leave your comments and let us know who your top 10 African players of all time are. If you also agree or disagree with some of our players in the list. But until next time, peace.